Hello YouTube, and welcome to your 5th episode in the GUI series. And in this episode I'm going to cover how to use the keyTyped method. So as you can see, I've commented out what we did in the last tutorial, and I have made the method public void keyTyped, which takes two variables, the first being a character variable or char variable, which we are going to label C, and the second one is an integer variable which we are going to call I. Now, basically, this, if we type the usual @override statement, @override, like so, you can see that it is an override of the GUI screen method keyTyped. Now, basically, when this method is run, the char variable will return the character of the key you're pressing. So if you press the S key, this will return S. For those of you that don't know what a character is, if we type, for example, char X equals, then you use quotation marks and put a single character in. So this can be a number, it can be a it can be a number, a letter, things like that. But if you try and put more than one in, so say 11, it will error. It can only be one character. Otherwise it will be a string. So that's what a character value is. Then the integer variable will return the integer value of that key, corresponding with the way Java works with keys. So if we want to check, for example, if the I variable, so if we type if I is equal to keyboard dot, so you use the keyboard class within Java, not to do with Minecraft, then you can reference all the different keys, so key underscore and then what the actual key is called. So for example, if we put key B, so what we're going to do is if I equals keyboard.key underscore B, and another note is this method will only run once you press the key, and I don't believe it will only run once when you press the key. I don't believe that it actually repeats the statement while you're holding the key. I will show you how to do that in a second, but we're just going to print the line C. So basically, if I press the B letter on the keyboard, it will run this method and it will pass in the char of B and the integer value of B, which is also what this is. So, and then to check that it is working, it will print out the char in which I have pressed. So if we save that and load debug mode, now just to let you know, this workspace that I'm working in at the moment is actually my Pac-Man modification workspace. I am working on that. I'm working on the 1.3 version, which is why I won't go into that world, because you will see stuff and you'll see spoilers, basically. And a note for people wondering about that mod, I did code that actually like a year ago, so the code for it is really old, really bad. I just thought I'd release it, see what people think. It got a lot of attention, which I'm really happy about, but I have since recoded it. I've not finished yet, but I'm getting there. I'm quite close. I've got the main game mechanics finished, and basically there's no bugs like getting stuck in corners. It's actually got Ghost AI, it's got it reads map files from text files. I'm not going to say anything else. I don't want to spoil all the things that I've put in it, but I've put a lot more work and effort into it. It's taken me a really long time, and I may have just spawned in that world by accident, or did I create a new world? I can't remember. I don't want to turn around and gaze the things there. No, it isn't. Okay. Right, so basically to open the GUI, I just set it, I believe, so it's return. Okay, so you can see we have just a default screen, because if you look over here, it's just drawing the default background, nothing fancy. And if you guys didn't know, These are comments, so basically if you type // in front of a line, if I do it here it will error because, oh no it won't, but if you type // basically this line will not be read, and it's just a comment to keep track of things, and a /* will open one that ends with a /*, so you can do that over multiple lines. Yeah, so we have this, and basically if we press B, you can see down here it prints out B. However, I'm holding B at the moment and it only prints it out once. So it is only when you press the key, it is not when you hold the key. So if we want to do it when you hold the key, basically what we want to do is call the method public void update screen. So this method will run with the tick, and you can see overrides update screen in GUI screen, so we have written that correctly, or wrote that correctly. Lowercase u, capital S. And basically what we can do is we can check if the keyboard dot is keyed down, so that's the method we use for this, and then it takes an integer variable which will be keyboard and then the key we want. So if for example we do the O key, so basically if the keyboard key is equal to 0, then we want to print out the line. We're just going to print out 0. So basically now if we save that, we can launch this again, and you'll see that when we hold down O, it will actually keep repeating that method for every game tick. So if we see here, if we press B, hold it down, it does nothing. If we press 0 and hold it down, it will keep repeating on the tick. If you press it once, it will probably do 2, because that's kind of like holding down if you think about it. So that is the keyTyped thing. You could also do if C is equal to the char value of, say, B. So if we save that, basically that will do the same thing. So if the C variable char is equal to the char of B, then it will print out that char. So just go into GUI, I'll move this across. So now if we press B, you can see it prints out that char still. What we could also do is actually remove the if statement, so we can just check what key I'm pressing. So WASD, H, okay, enter. Some keys, as you can see, don't work because they don't return a char value. Like I'm pressing enter now and space. All the numbers work, all the letters work, some of the symbols work. I don't know if you, yep, you can even shift press. So capital Q, lowercase q, capital A, lowercase a. Shift also returns space, and I just got sticky keys. Yeah, so that is how to print that out. And obviously you could also print out the I variable, which will return the number variable for that. And also to note that the escape key is 1, and as you can see there, I pressed escape and it is not exiting out the GUI. Now there are 2 ways you can get around this. Firstly, you can do if the I variable is equal to 1 or keyboard value dot key underscore escape, then basically what we can do is MC, which is the Minecraft variable in the GUI screen class, display GUI screen, oops, and then in here type null. So basically what this means is if we press escape, it will display the screen null, which is just the game window. So it will close all the GUI screens that are currently open, even though you can only open one at a time. But yeah, the other way you can do this is you can type super dot keyTyped char sorry, c comma I takes two variables. Basically, this is calling the method that we are overriding in the superclass. Basically, I'll show you what runs in that, but obviously, if we open this thing again, if we press escape now, it will exit out of the screen. The reason it is doing that is because if we go look at this method, you can see that it displays the screen being null, and it also sets game in focus. Just basically, that means it sets it to its default thing, or well, it doesn't really matter, you don't need to know what that does. Yeah, and if par2 is equal to 1, which is the escape key, par2 they have basically got as what we had as I, then yeah, it will close the current GUI screen. So that is what that is basically the whole coverage I'm going to do on the keyTyped method. There's not much more you really need to know. A lot of this series is just teaching you the basics, and then from that you can develop your skills upon your basic Java knowledge and create some cool GUIs, like for example my Pac-Man mod. And for those of you interested in that mod, again, basically I am going to make, hopefully in the near future, I am going to make more games like Space Invaders and Tetris and games like that. Hoping to get some server stuff going with it as well. And yeah, it's just it's a really fun mod to experiment with and to create my own little twists on the game. And I am basically, the current version that I'm working on, I'm coding it like I would code a real game in Java. It's just I have to mess around a bit with the way the game library, the Minecraft game library or game system, whatever it's called, I forgot, the game engine, that's the word, works. So it takes a bit longer, but yeah, I'm basically coding a game, so that's why the delay is so long. And also I've got to put it into like block form, and for those of you that are interested, I have actually got the I've got the, if you have seen the previous version, basically you couldn't rotate the blocks, the Pac-Man arcade block, and in this version I have fixed that. I've made the block look a lot nicer, it's a lot less glitchy. The gameplay is the main thing I've focused on, and basically it's a much bigger map, it looks a lot better, it plays a lot better. There's basically generic code, so you can, well, I'm not going to say much more because I don't want to spoil it, because there's some things I don't want to tell you that are going to be really cool in my eyes. That, yeah, basically I'll make a review video on it when it's out on my How Not to Play channel, and I might do a couple of teaser videos and stuff to show you what it's looking like. And yeah, I will probably put updates out with that for like new blocks. I say blocks, like new tiles, because it's a tile-based game. That can basically my own twist on the game. And yeah, I hope you guys really enjoy that mod. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that helps you with creating basic and hopefully progressing to advanced GUIs. Now the next tutorial, I am not sure what it will be. And sorry, also I forgot to mention this at the beginning, sorry for the long delay upon releasing this video. Basically I started college about a week ago, and yeah, it's been tiring and stuff. I haven't really got a chance, but today I only had like a half day at college, so I thought I'd come home, make a video, and then get some work done. So basically, and also I've been focusing a lot on making this Pac-Man mod thing. Like, I've spent at least 6 hours on it this week, spread out over the week, which is a lot of time if you think about it. It's not, I'm not getting paid for it, I'm not benefiting much from it, it's just fun really. Well, obviously I do get paid, but it's not even worth mentioning how much I get paid. But yeah, hopefully I can get that out for 1.3.2 soon, and as you guys probably know, 1.4 is coming out even ridiculously soon, basically, which supposedly was going to have the mod API, but from what I've heard, I don't think it is. I'm not too sure about that, don't take my word for it, but I hope it does, because I know it's going to be a lot of work to get mods ready for it. And basically, I don't know whether to release for 1.3.2, which I hopefully will, if I get it done in time, or to wait for 1.4, which I'd rather not do, because basically, once I've got the code done, it's just going to be a straight port and a bit of bug fixing with the new systems and things and new APIs. And again, I'm keeping it with just normal mod loader. I'm not using like Forge or anything, because it's really not necessary. And basically, I might use Forge eventually if the majority of mods do go over to Forge, which they are starting to, and use FML. But there's no real Forge hooks that I need for this. It's basically just the GUI thing that's happening. I might use some item renderers from Forge if I need to, but for now I don't. So yeah, sorry for dragging this tutorial out 16 minutes. Most of it's just been me talking. Yeah, sorry about that. That means it's going to take forever to render, but yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Make sure you stay tuned for the next one. Sorry for the late video, and I'll see you in the next one.